when surrounded by, I mean, we talked about 5G already. Some people would say we're completely mental for talking about 5G even remotely being a problem. But my wife and I were studying something recently about the connection between 5G and mold, and
Mm.
the frequency that is coming out of these like radio transmitters for 5G is so aggressive that the mold gets upset by it and it reacts. And so there is mold in buildings all throughout the world that is being like made much worse due to the use of 5G. But the point is these are unnatural frequencies being pumped all over the surface of the earth in an what's the right way of saying it? An intervention, basically. One of the answers to this that I came across, had this great guy, Alan, came to the house and he was doing EMF testing. And even like outside right here, we've got some electricity pylons within 5 meters of the house. And the EMFs coming off them are strong enough that inside the bedrooms, he said you shouldn't sleep in those beds because you're getting pumped with EMF all night. And so we had a problem with mold in the house. We had a problem with EMF in the house. These are all frequencies. And then also the negative externalities of frequencies that shouldn't be there. Or are there from the human touch? So what can we do to protect ourselves from those things? One of the suggestions Alan made, for example, is you can put a certain type of paint on the wall in the bedroom. So at nighttime, you can make sure that you're encapsulated from some of these things. The TLS is obviously another option, but has anything in particular worked for you, and what should we be most aware of?
Oh, this is such a big topic. It may be another podcast.
Well, we can do another one in a few months' time, no problem.
Okay, so first I'll address the mold. It's been proven that mold is activated to grow and proliferate with EMFs. They may be at particular frequencies or different hertz, but it's been proven. So we are definitely having a mold issue. And I myself, have, and I'm seeing it more and more, but myself, I've been testing my blood with live blood analysis, and I was riddled with mold. The only reason my live blood analysis, pointed out to me, why aren't you with chronic fatigue, or how are you getting out of bed? And I said, it's got to be the system that I'm in, because it's counteracting the effects. It wasn't killing the mold, but it was counteracting the effects.
Yeah.
So from the mold perspective, I would encourage anyone, like, first and foremost, go and get a live blood analysis or some means of being able to see whether mold is
we did a urine test
infiltrating.
For my daughter as well, just to see if it was in her. Yeah.
Right. And by doing that, then you can take the next steps in order to protect your body from that infiltration. Then the second step would be, how do you clear the mold, or how do you clean up the EMFs? I'm not an expert on how to clean up EMFs out of the house. I mean, one of them is, clay-based paints, for example, or there are other
You can get
structures,
mats and stuff that go under the bed, and
like,
you can switch off. We were switching off the mains, literally having like black
True.
part of the house and things like that.
Yeah, things to cover the smart meter, or you're putting your phone in a Faraday bag, or there's various means. But the bombardment of 5G, which may go to 6G, 7G, who knows, is part of a much bigger picture when we start to talk about why is this artificial frequency being allowed to bombard the human body and the earth, when the earth has such a magnificent natural resonance in the Schumann's resonance, which is 7.83, which is actually spiking and fluctuating, but nonetheless is a natural coherent frequency in which we are aligned to as biological creatures. What would be the reason for the artificial frequencies invading our houses, invading our bodies? And that's a much bigger answer to give you, that is associated with, again, what is in the blood currently and those injections.